she's dependent on ventilator, mechanical ventilator. If the electricity stops, she will die within 5 minutes.
Before the siege, this was always full. This was never empty. With the siege, with the current crisis, this is now empty. She said one of the hardest things for the family is not having food, searching for food. She says they go days without eating, just looking for, even just to find bread. This is the director of the hospital, Dr. Hassan Khalaf.
This is the intensive care unit, which received most of the seriously injured people, and this is completely dependent on electricity. In case of electricity is cut off, all these people will die immediately.
These are actually, this lady, she has five children, and they live, what they do, there's 4 families living in this, well, I guess you can call it a compound, and there's 4 rooms, there's 5 rooms. The parents each take a room each with the young kids, and the older kids get split into a room which splits in half for boys and half for girls. And I asked her what the situation is. She said it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Her husband can't find any work at all, and you can imagine without any work, how are these kids to be fed and how are they to sustain themselves? This is their kitchen here upstairs. Because of the constant shortage, she's saying that they have to actually use these containers when the water does come or when it rains to store water, because they're not sure when the water's going to come. If it's going to be cut off, if it's going to be running. This is their fridge. We have 2 peppers, a tomato, some potatoes, 1 last clove of garlic, and something in there I can't actually make, a spinach or something, and water. Actually, water, she's saying, for storage, not for drinking. The other difficult things, the other conditions which they really face is the cold. They live in this house and there's no roof except on the rooms, and so in the winter, when it rains and it's cold, sometimes the water seeps into their rooms where they sleep, which makes life very, very difficult and uncomfortable for them. Well, this is their version of a studio flat, I guess, because this is where they sleep, where they eat, where they cook. Everything happens in this room. And this is the kitchen. وين الحيط اللي بيحنكها؟
الحيطة هذيك هي الزهرة كانت ما تخش منها أيام.
So there was bombing in this area, and while she was in the kitchen walls, she saw the kitchen walls shake. So she's convinced that they're gonna collapse on her if she goes back in.
الأكل والشرب شايف كل شيء ولا قطع، يعني حتى لما يموتوا اليوم نفرين 3 من العائلة ما بهم، بس الباقي ودي يعيش.
Even if you're gonna kill 1 or 2 of the kids, then they die. But what about the ones who are still alive? What are they left to live with? There's nothing to live with. How are they supposed to live? You can't deny people food. You can't deny people water.
احنا قاعدين في الشارع لا إلا مأوى، عندي اختيار مع ضغط ومع سكري، لا إلا دار الحين ولا إلا بيت ولا إلا حاجة. عشتنا ومعاشنا في الشارع زي ما أنت شايف، بناكل وبنشرب في الشارع في الليل، بعد العشاء بنروح على دار جيراننا ننام سواد الليل، والصبحيات بنطلع برا نقعد في الشارع، ما فيش لنا الحين ولا مأوى ولا لنا حاجة. أنا بطلب على كل المؤسسات تعمل لنا مأوى، لا لك اختيار اللي معاه ضغط وسكري، والله إنه في المستشفى لغير بوديك ولا كم من يوم كلياتهم هذول مرميين في الشوارع، وإحنا مرميين زيهم في الشوارع.
We need to be here. We need to be helping these people. We can't turn our backs on them like the rest of the world. And this is the front line of Islamic Relief's work, helping the most vulnerable people in the most desperate situations. Actually, one of them said today, we're dead, we're not alive. We have nothing and we're more dead than we are alive. It's probably easier for us to be dead than it is to be alive. This is the level of despair that these people have reached.